This is Sour Theology here. Welcome back to our channel. I'm just gonna go through a quick review of the Ahsoka episode 3 title, Time to Fly. I was gonna say that this episode I really like. This episode was centered on the training of Sabine and the concept of the Force, how the Force is on all living things. I really enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna go through some of the positives I really love from this episode, and then I will say that my only negative here is that the episode was short. So besides that, there was some little things on the dialogue there, but it was very minimal. This episode was a lot better than, in my opinion, to the first and second episodes. Let's go through it. I really enjoyed the aspects of the samurai training. This beginning is really cool. Kisei, Kire, Gaiki. Yeah, this is very cool of, martial arts training. You usually had a dummy or somebody sparring you, and exactly doing this is very realistic. Look at those. Yes. Right. Yep. Yeah, that's very accurate because actually that's what I do in my backyard. I practice those over the head strikes, side strikes. If you notice, she basically takes the sharp part of the blade and goes up, and that's how she makes that specific cut. That in the lightsaber doesn't really matter that much, but in here she still needs to practice thinking how she's gonna make the cut. So this is pretty accurate. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. I actually gonna look back at this and add that to my routine when I practice with my lightsaber. So love this part. Great beginning. Putting some lore back to the beginnings of the Star Wars Jedi training comes from a couple of millennia. Basically here, Huyan is taking the place of the spotter or of the master helper, because of all the knowledge that he has for thousands of years. He is able to be a perfect spotter for her. Very good. Love this part of the episode.
Well,
not bad,
Yeah.
but not good.
Yeah, that's a good thing because I think when think about this episode that they're doing pretty good is that she's not the what we'll call it Mary Sue. She's not good from the beginning. She's just struggling, and I love that. That's what they had done in other movies, like the Force Awakens. Rey should have learned from a master. She didn't have a master. She needed to struggle, and in this case, I love what they're doing with Sabine. Satoshi. That's actually from a blind samurai,
yes.
a legend.
Thank you, Hu Yang.
Your skill with a weapon comes from your Mandalorian upbringing. Those skills alone will not be enough to defeat our enemy.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
You're training the body, but you must also open your mind.
Yeah, because
Learning
see,
to
the
wield
Mandalorian-
Force takes a deeper commitment.
yes,
How?
That's something you'll have to discover.
understanding of the Force requires a deeper commitment, and that's what she needs to do. So we needs to get into a more committed training sessions. Now I'm gonna go to another section of the training that Ahsoka is doing with Sabine. This is very interesting.
I want you to see with more than just your eyes.
Okay. Now what?
Be still.
Yeah, very interesting what's gonna happen now because Ahsoka's actually gonna use the super
Do you know where I am?
speed force to
Hu
move.
Yang.
Are you sure?
Look at that, right there,
Very funny.
right there.
You'd be dead.
She moved real fast.
Not if I could see you.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Now lower your visor and concentrate.
So this is very reminiscent
position.
of Luke's training,
Feel my
the
presence.
Millennium Falcon. I love this.
Take in all that is around you.
Yeah. Basically, she needs to hide this the sense of eyesight so she can enhance the others. She's trying to train her. She can then basically start to realize how to use the force. In real life, you're basically trying, if you're doing this in real life, you don't have the force, but you're trying to enhance your other senses. So if you want to fight without being able to see, you can better your hearing, the sense of the presence of somebody else in front of you, because of the vibrations around the floor, the move of air. So you can basically guess where your opponent is. That is really hard. It takes martial artists a lot of years to really get into a level that they're comfortable to do that.
Follow my voice.
Yeah, see, just follow that sound.
Sense my intention.
Exactly. And at one point, this sword right here is actually a training sword. See, this basically probably they got it based on the design of actually training samurai sword. I use the shanai, that is kind of like the modern thing, but there's also wood-based training swords like this in real life to train to spar and to train your strikes. Nice cut. That was very realistic. Let's see what she does now. I want to say again, Ahsoka is moving real fast there, and what they're using here is that they don't showing the speed with a special effect, but the way she's moving, I wish they could show that in a special effect. I don't know if they're trying to cut down how much it will cost to do that. I know that they did it for episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I don't know. I don't get why they don't show that. So please try to show that. I think you guys can do it, Disney. So please do that for the fans. So let's see. Now Sabine is there. So she's trying, but because of the lack of connection with the Force, it's very hard for her to do a better job here. But let's see. That actually there is a nice block. She's doing the block. She did it on the wrong spot. She thought that she was going to get attacked, but it's very difficult. She blocked on the other corner, but Ahsoka's moving so fast. Well, yeah. Now she's trying to use her anger to try to battle back, but that kinds of like cuts her senses from actually doing it the way that Ahsoka is trying to teach her. Yeah, she's just going around. Ahsoka, it's hard. It's very hard to do that. And by the way, the music, is very samurai. It reminds me of the Last Samurai. This is very inspired by Kurosawa movie style. Yeah, very interesting. Yep, nice blocks. Yep. But she started to use too much, anger. And she lost her balance. She just went down to the floor.
Anger and frustration are quick to give power, but they also unbalance you.
Exactly.
Let's go again.
Anger and frustration made her fall there, and not better example is what happened to Anakin Skywalker on Mustafa. He started using anger and he lost the edge. He completely forgot that he didn't have the high ground, and then Obi-Wan just did what he needed to do to defeat, Anakin. That, in theory, Anakin should have beaten Obi-Wan because he had more midichlorian count, more potential, but Obi-Wan just had the more commitment to, learn the Force, was able to use the Force with what he had. It was not the same talent as Anakin Skywalker, but Obi-Wan had more dedication. That's the difference. Another aspect of this episode that I really, really like is the fact that it reminded me the battles in the Millennium Falcon when, Luke, Leia, and Han were going against, the Star Destroyers and the TIE Fighters. And there's a little part right here that you can just tell the influence. Look at this.
On my signal?
Copy.
All right.
Get ready. Ready.
Yeah, there's more emotion in Ahsoka now than what happened in the first 2 episodes. Look at that. I like this. Love it. Yeah, those ships look like some of the World War II aircraft. So there was a lot going on here, and I love it. This is one of the aspects of this episode that I love. Great, Dave. Really good. Thank you for showing us that. And there's more in this episode, but yeah, go and if you haven't watched this episode, just go and watch it. There's a lot on it that if you like this kind of space battles, you will love. This episode has a lot of positives. We see some of the influences of Dave Filoni there, where the spacesuit and Clone Wars throwback and aspects of the Clone Wars series. There's a lot of positives, and this episode, compared to the other 2, it had a pace. I think it was the adequate one. Watching it completely, I will rate this episode a solid 8 out of 10. The only negative about this episode is that it was too short. And besides that, I love the music, very samurai-like, and I'm looking forward for the 4th episode. I hope that this goes into what I think it is, and we can get a good series. Still not fully convinced if they're gonna be able to deliver it, but hopeful. Like I always say, the truth is always available to you. You just need to go and find it. Remember, the Force will be with you always. See you on the next one, guys.